To weather now and a look outside at our Snug Harbor Tower camera. Kind of gray, but gosh, wasn't that sunshine nice yesterday?
Yeah, so are the milder temperatures. Chief Meteorologist George Lessons is here now with details of a couple of quiet days ahead.
Yes, indeed. We had that wintry mix and some snow very early today. And the rest of the day has been pretty quiet here in Grand Rapids. There's been some rain to the south, though, but all across the region it is cloudy, mostly so. Maybe a little filtered sunshine. Another gray March day here in West Michigan. Rain down to the south has ended in most areas. Rainy afternoon for many of the folks down along I-94. We got an area of a little light snow that's going to break out here in the next few hours. A little wintry mix here in Grand Rapids. It'll only last a couple of hours, have no impact as temperatures will stay above freezing. That low pressure system brought the snow and the wintry mix to our northeast, and the rain this afternoon that is exiting the region, and high pressures building in, so we got a couple of dry days, if not a little bit on the cooler side from what we had over the weekend. We're in the 30s now. We'll be back up into the low 40s here later on tomorrow afternoon, but the rain is now over toward Hillsdale, Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Pontiac. Dry here in West Michigan. Winds are blowing offshore over there in Muskegon, taking that smoke out over Lake Michigan. Temperatures there in the low 40s. We're in the upper 30s here. We'll talk about a high impact snowstorm. Yes, again, coming our way on Friday. That'll be a little bit later on.
I'm not sure what the temperature is in California today, but it was 40 degrees for us, but it's going to get colder later.
George out on the weather deck with a full forecast, including more of the snow for Friday.
Yeah, another Friday snowstorm. This one will affect much of the area. The last Friday's snowstorm came down like crazy, especially during the afternoon and evening. South and east of Grand Rapids, anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of snow fell. Of course, here in Grand Rapids to the northwest, as predicted, we had very little impactful snow. That may not be the case this Friday. 13 weather ball tonight, though, is blinking bright. We have a brief wintry mix and snow early tonight, and no change foreseen to our temperatures foreseen. We'll be back up into the low 40s here tomorrow. And this view sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. Cloudy skies, a brief bit of wintry mix may get down to Grand Rapids. This will be mainly a northern event right around 9, 10, 11 o'clock, maybe ending at midnight. But look at the sunshine tomorrow. Temperatures will be back up into the low and mid 40s. Another great day here in West Michigan. Today's system came up from the south that brought snow to Grand Rapids this morning. It all melted by about 9 a.m. Then it continued to the north, and then there was rain off to the south in Kalamazoo. Now this evening we're going to see a little area of light rain and a wintry mix develop here in the next hour or two, and then it all just comes to an end. Be snow to the north that will melt. Sunshine during the day tomorrow. In fact, a nice sunny day. We'll start the day on Thursday with, Thursday with a few pockets of sunshine, but then some clouds rolling on in. This is a Thursday night and Friday's weather. A lot of snow will come through in about a 12-hour period on Friday. Will affect all-day commutes. Then over the weekend, should be nice once again. A little cloudier than this past weekend, but right now it should be precipitation free until Sunday night or Monday. This little round of wintry mix overnight not going to amount to enough, maybe a quarter to a half an inch, and a lot of that will be melting. And then we shift to that Friday system. This could potentially be kind of highly impactful. You notice this is over much of West Michigan, but again, stay tuned for later forecasts. You don't want to figure out what the end of a football game score is when you leave in the first quarter, so you'll have to pay attention to forecasts here for the entire game this week. Long range forecast, March 12th through the 16th. Temperatures will continue to be colder than average. Average highs are in the 40s, will likely be in the 30s. Higher chances that we'll have less precipitation, so cold and dry coming up through the middle of the month. Forecast for tonight, a little bit of light snow early from Hart and Ludington north, I should say, to the south from Muskegon down through South Haven. A wintry mix here over the next few hours before it ends. Up north, this is where the highest probability for a little light snow, upper 20s to low 30s. Watch out for a little slippery conditions later on this evening. Here in the greater Grand Rapids area, if we do, generally about I-96 northward, and it will come to an end very early. 13 on your side forecast. Sunshine Tuesday, Wednesday, and a little bit on Thursday with dry weather. All those days in the low 40s. There's that snow late Thursday night, all day Friday. It'll be breezy as well, so we've highlighted Friday as a high impact day. Dry but cold over the weekend. Average high is 40. We're going to be colder than that next week, maybe getting up to 42 by the following Thursday. Following Friday night's snowstorm, especially south and east of Grand Rapids, sun came out this weekend and pretty much melted a good deal of that snow. Well, we got some dry weather now on the way for the next several days before we might see another Friday snowstorm. 13 weather ball is blinking bright. Little wintry mix early tonight. Very little impact, if any at all. It's green, no change foreseen to the 40s. And this view sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. Con, yeah, that's Con there. Should be okay this evening. I'm going to give you a conditional yellow pall right around 10, 11 o'clock this evening. There might be a little bit of light precipitation, but otherwise just cloudy, dry. We'll start the day with some sunshine. And lots of sunshine expected here tomorrow. That's reflected in our green energy report with solar energy topping the list of 8.9 out of a 10-point scale, 138% home energy savings, and wind will be about the same as today, maybe a little bit breezier, 2.2 equivalent homes powered by the wind alone. Low pressure system came up from the south that brought us the wintry mix early today. We had almost an inch of snow here on the northwest side of Grand Rapids before it came to an end. It all melted, and then it was rain this afternoon from Grand Rapids southward. Now we got a little wintry mix that's coming through for a few hours this evening. Snow to the north, but it may just brighten up the grassy areas. That's about it, as temperatures are going to be above freezing. This is clearing by daybreak. Lots of sunshine here throughout the day tomorrow with a northeast wind, and will be partly to mostly sunny during the day on Wednesday. So a couple of dry, sunny days. Now clouds will roll in on Thursday, and here comes the next weather system. This one's across the U.S. It's approaching us by late Thursday night, Friday morning, and all throughout the day on Friday. So it could be a little bit of a tough commute throughout the day on Friday, but drying out over the weekend. Unfortunately, won't be quite as sunny. Lots of clouds both Saturday and on Sunday. The little wintry mix coming through tonight. Snow to the north, maybe a tenth of an inch or a quarter of an inch here in Grand Rapids. That'll all melt. And then the bigger issue is where the next snowstorm will be coming on through. This is through Friday morning. So Thursday night, lots of snow back here in Wisconsin. That spreads eastward during the day on Friday. We could see a good 6+ inches. But again, as we get a little bit closer to the event, we'll narrow down where the exact amounts and the timing of that system, and it'll all be over by Friday night. But again, just a dry Saturday and Sunday. Long range outlook still high chances that much of the country will be colder than average. Our average highs are in the mid 40s. Higher chance that over the Great Lakes region we will have less precipitation as the storm track will be to our west and south. Forecast then for tonight, a little wintry mix early, some snow to the north, low in mid 30s, up north upper 20s and low 30s. Any light snow here will be early tonight, but watch out for a slick spot in the meantime. And here in the greater Grand Rapids area, maybe a light wintry mix, but not very much, if any at all. A low 30s for lows. 13 on your side forecast. Highlighting Friday as a high impact day once again, second Friday in the row. And then Saturday and Sunday will be in the mid 30s. Our average high is 40. We won't reach that until the following Thursday, but next week just looks cool and basically dry. Nice weekend here in West Michigan after that Friday afternoon and Friday night snowstorm to the south and east. Well, we got another Friday snowstorm coming our way. Talk about that in a moment. 13 weather ball is blinking bright. We have a little wintry mix, maybe a little snow early tonight. Won't amount to a whole lot. It's also green, no change to the 40s foreseen on your Tuesday. This view sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. Upper 30s north. Low and mid 40s south. Our average high is 40, so we beat that by 1. Came within 3 degrees of our forecast high. After a tough spell there from Friday through Sunday with warmer than average temperatures, we got back on track here during the day today. Low pressure system moving away from us, but in the wake of that, there might be a little bit of light precipitation, a little bit over to our east right now, but that is going to blossom into a little bit larger batch here this evening. It's not going to amount to a whole lot. A little snow to the north, and by daybreak, sun will be out. And we got a nice sunny day coming up here tomorrow, kind of like what we saw on Saturday. Got a few clouds overnight Tuesday night, but dry, and it will be dry on Wednesday. Partly sunny skies across the region. So 2 or 3 dry days. Thursday will be a lot cloudier though. And then late Thursday night, we're going to be watching the next weather maker that will start to affect our region very late Thursday night and throughout the day on Friday. Just as quickly as this last Friday one moves on out, we've got dry weekend. Maybe not quite as sunny as Saturday and Sunday this week, but certainly dry. But a little bit on the colder side. A little light precipitation overnight tonight. You can see just a tenth, maybe a half an inch from Big Rapids over toward Ionia and Lansing. That would be about it. But the next weather maker that's coming on in, that will be on Thursday night, late Thursday night into Friday. This is Friday morning, about an inch of snow already at the lakeshore, but as we go through the day, it's going to snow pretty hard and could end up with 6+ inches of snow by the time it's all said and done late Friday evening. But again, dry over the weekend. Well, just like a football game, you don't want to leave after the first quarter, so you want to stay through the entire game, and we'll be updating this as we get closer to Friday, of course. Forecast then for tomorrow, skies will be sunny. We'll be in the mid-40s from Muskegon southward, low 40s up north. Up north, you'll see lots of sunshine, low and mid-40s here. Average high is right around 40. And here in the greater Grand Rapids area, we'll be in the low and mid-40s for another warmer than average day. 13 on your side forecast. We've highlighted Friday with that higher impact day, only in the low 30s, mid-30s both Saturday and Sunday as we spring forward with the time change at 2 a.m. A few flurries Monday, but basically just dry and cold Monday through Thursday of next week.